We need new heroes. Ones suited for the times we're in. Courageous, righteous, the best in all of us.
The danger with superheroes. They become icons. Wars are fought. Movements are formed.
People need something to get behind, and we're gonna do it our own way.
Not until symbols are dead and replaced.
You okay?
She will escalate and will not stop.
The only power I have is that I believe we can do better.
In the show, we're gonna get a chance to explore Sam and Bucky in ways we haven't seen before.
Well, let's get to work. We have fun with each other, and I think it comes across on the screen.
So what's our plan? So no plan. You get a kick out of seeing them coexist and work together for the first time.
What's going on in that cyborg brain of yours?
You don't wanna know.
Welcome back, everyone. This is going to be my new Falcon and Winter Soldier Episode 2 trailer video. There's a whole bunch of Easter eggs and a whole bunch of new characters that we didn't see during Episode 1, so we'll break it all down. If you're brand new to the channel, I'm doing videos for all of the episodes. Be sure to subscribe to get everything. There's a whole bunch of new Marvel Disney Plus stuff happening this year. Loki is actually going to be the next series after this. But this trailer gives us way more Baron Zemo. He wasn't really featured during Episode 1 because they were mostly reintroducing Falcon and Winter Soldier after the events of Avengers Endgame and just teasing the Flag Smashers group a little. Kind of explaining what's going on in the world a few months after Avengers Endgame, now that all the blip people have come back and they've kind of gotten used to being back, so everyone's back to their old ways, so to speak. And that's sort of the problem that they're dealing with the Flag Smashers. We want to go back to the way things were before the blip. I actually laughed a little when they said that, like, wait a minute, they want to go back to that post-apocalyptic environment? Baron Zemo must be gaslighting the hell out of them to make them think that that was better. We get a much longer version of Baron Zemo's speech about why he thinks superheroes should not exist, the danger of superheroes. It's sort of a twist on the Avengers Age of Ultron Captain America Civil War speech, like the Vision speech, where he talks about our very existence invites challenge, challenge incites conflict, and then things escalate from there. But they juxtapose Baron Zemo's speech with Falcon and Winter Soldier's speeches about why symbols, superheroes are important, and the Flag Smashers speech, Aaron Kellyman's speech about replacing old symbols with new ones. And just to be clear, they did confirm that her character is a gender-bent version of the Flag Smasher character from the comics, but they're also using the Flag Smasher name as the name of their group, so it's sort of like a Spartacus situation, like, I am Spartacus, no, I am Spartacus. They're using it as both her name and the name of the group at the same time, but I don't think that anybody on the TV show itself, within the context of the story, is going to call her Flag Smasher. They're just going to call her Kari, her name, or the crazy girl that's running around causing all this havoc. But some of this footage actually makes it seem like Baron Zemo might share some scenes with the Flag Smashers, like he's in a very similar looking church here, building as the Flag Smashers, so he might be speaking to them and they look like they're all just kind of huddled together like something terrible has happened and they're trying to deal with it. So early theory, because it's Baron Zemo we're talking about, he might be trying to gaslight them or manipulate them in some way into creating all this chaos around the world, allowing him to fulfill his ultimate goal of getting rid of superheroes. That's a very general plan, that's pretty basic, so I'm assuming we'll get the full villain monologue eventually, the same way he went full villain monologue during Captain America Civil War. Daniel Bruhl explained what's different about Zemo after Avengers Endgame, like what's changed since the events of Captain America Civil War when they locked him up in prison. So at the end of Captain America Civil War, he chilled out just a little bit, but originally his whole thing was just trying to get revenge on the Avengers, Revenger style, blaming them for the death of his family in Sokovia during the events of Avengers Age of Ultron. He blamed them for creating that situation in the first place. Even though technically Ultron was the villain, he actually said that they were responsible, the Avengers were responsible through their very nature, their existence, leading to the rise of Ultron and Iron Man directly being responsible for the creation of Ultron, sharing a little bit more of the blame. But that leading to the battle that destroyed Sokovia, even though they did manage to save most of the city, minus a Quicksilver or two. They kind of addressed this during Wandavision 2 with the Scarlet Witch flashback scenes to her childhood, showing you the Stark Tech bomb that killed their parents before she used her hex magic to create a probability spell stopping the bomb from exploding before it could also kill her and Quicksilver. Little baby Scarlet Witch throwing spells all over the place like it's her job. Then they join Baron von Strucker's Hydra program with the Infinity Stone, the Mind Stone, as a way to fight back. So it's kind of the same basic idea with Baron Zemo and the Flag Smashers. His plan for getting revenge was just a little more insidious in the case of Captain America Civil War. Break the Avengers up, destroy the team, but with a twist. And he was kind of successful, the way they left him in Captain America Civil War. But according to Daniel Bruhl, he just festered in prison until the events of Avengers Infinity War. He also revealed that Zemo was snapped, then blipped back, and that sort of reignited his previous sentiment about the Avengers and superheroes in general. Like, Zemo blames them for the events of the snap. Like Vision's speech I said earlier, our very existence invites challenge from villains like Thanos. The funny thing about that, though, Zemo wants to get rid of the Avengers. You're the reason this happened. Thanos would have snapped half the universe, even if the Avengers never existed. But now after Avengers Endgame, he's like, I was right the first time, but I didn't take things far enough. And because he is a villain is much more insidious than your traditional Marvel villains like Thanos, it seems like he's trying to work from the shadows through the Flag Smashers. But the Flag Smashers themselves aren't an inherently evil group. The way they kind of explain it during episode 1 is that it's turned into this big message board thing, this big grassroots movement, and they're all kind of being gaslit by Zemo. Even though Aaron Kellyman's character and some of these others seem like they have the super soldier serum and they're the real Flag Smashers, they're kind of turning it into a big grassroots online movement. But they themselves don't start out being evil characters. They're just on the down and out after Avengers Endgame, and things are just really bad for them, and Zemo takes advantage of that. The same way that Scarlet Witch isn't necessarily an evil character, more of an anti-hero, but both Agatha Harkness and Tyler Hayward spent that whole series trying to gaslight her in her moment of weakness so that they could take something from her, take advantage of her. Agatha Harkness wanted to take her chaos magic, her power outright, like, give me all of your power, and Tyler Hayward kind of wanted her chaos magic power too, but for a slightly different reason, just to power up the version of White Vision. So early theory about Aaron Kellyman's Flag Smasher character: after the Falcon and Winter Soldier series is over, they keep her around for future Thunderbolts or Young Avengers projects. Like, she comes back in a future Disney Plus series or a Marvel movies, and they just give her a new comic book name or a new costume. Like, she's not an evil character, she's kind of an anti-hero here, but why would you power someone up so much and try to make the audience sympathize with their cause over the course of the series, then throw them in prison not to bring them back again? Like, you have to imagine Thunderbolt Ross taking advantage of that. Look, you have a particular set of skills. You have a measure of superpowers, like a little bit of superpowers, so we'll cut some time off your sentence because you committed so many crimes while you were part of the Flag Smashers if you join my special team. We get way more footage of Falcon training at his home in Louisiana, Winter Soldier showing up to help train him with the shield and prep for their missions to investigate the Flag Smashers. The footage of the highway fight scene with them hijacking the shipment might be from later episodes. I don't know if this happens in episode 2 so soon in the series. A lot of this footage could be from later episodes, but I like that Winter Soldier twist here where it seems like he's jumping onto the back of this truck, thinking that he's rescuing her, like, hey, you okay? And she just smiles and kicks him right out the back. Baron Zemo sounds like he's talking to Falcon and Winter Soldier in this later voiceover when he's telling them she's going to keep escalating things, like it won't stop until she completes her goal. And it's not totally clear what they plan to do, like what Baron Zemo wants them to do, but it sounds like some global terror threat. Then the Falcon kind of explains his superpower, like, I don't actually have superpowers. My superpower is the belief that we can do better. I know a lot of people are wondering if they are turning him into a version of Captain America, the next version of Captain America, will they also give him a version of the Super Soldier Serum like Winter Soldier has, like the Flag Smashers seem like they have? I don't know if they have any plans to upgrade him in that way. I do think he's going to get a new costume and some new gear, but I actually don't think that he needs the Super Soldier Serum. Like, the whole concept of his character is that he's the regular guy trying to hold his own amongst traditionally superpowered people on the Avengers. Hawkeye and Black Widow are other really good examples of that, like just regular people with particular sets of skills. And when you think about it, Falcon is kind of doing the same thing that Iron Man is doing on the Avengers. Like, Iron Man does not have superpowers like Thor. He uses his technology to give him an edge in battle. Falcon also uses tech. They kind of confirmed during episode 1 that the wingsuit and the drone, his Red Wing drone, are Stark tech. And speaking of Iron Man upgrading Captain America's technology, they kind of did that back during Age of Ultron. Like, you remember, Captain America had the special magnets on the back of the shield instead of just using the traditional harness. But we also get a ton of new scenes of Winter Soldier meeting Falcon's family, just funny moments, his sister and her kids. They did have a joke previously about him not flirting with his sister, like, don't you dare flirt with my sister. We talk about how this series is kind of like Marvel's Lethal Weapon, Riggs and Murtaugh. That's actually a Lethal Weapon joke, except during Lethal Weapon, it was his daughter that he was flirting with. We haven't seen them go to Madripoor yet. That footage could also be from later in the series, since they haven't even had their big team-up training montage yet. But the episodes are so much longer than the Wandavision episodes, and there are fewer episodes overall, so they are blowing through the plot way faster. The whole thing with US Agent Captain America John Walker here is that the government probably learns about the Flag Smashers as well, or the Flag Smashers do something to steal something from the United States military, and they roll in new Captain America as the Wrecking Crew, and he's probably just going to try and outright kill all their group, including Aaron Kellyman's character, and it seems like Falcon and Winter Soldier are trying to reason with them in order to stop things from escalating further. Like the whole idea they don't want to turn Aaron Kellyman's character into a new martyr and make the Flag Smasher movement escalate, because it is this big online movement. If you don't recognize him, people are making all these jokes about how he looks like the character from Up, like the old man in a Captain America costume, just because of the way his face looks underneath that mask. It's Wyatt Russell who's playing the character, playing the John Walker US Agent character. He's Kurt Russell's son in real life, Ego the Living Planet, so funny Marvel connection there. They will get into his backstory in the next few episodes and how he came to be the next Captain America as they continue to explain the Weapons Plus program in greater detail. But if you spotted any of the big Easter eggs during the trailer that I didn't talk about during the video, or any big questions you have about the series so far, just write them below in the comments. In my full Falcon and Winter Soldier Episode 2 video, we'll post next Friday just like normal. I've got a couple other Justice League Snyder Cut videos that I'm going to be posting this weekend and next week too, just because it's so big, there's so much stuff to talk about there too. But everyone, click here for my full Falcon and Winter Soldier Episode 1 video, and click here for my full Justice League Snyder Cut ending and end credits scene video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys tonight.